everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Anno 1800. Today we have another incredible build for you guys. The governorship of Raxiz, which is going to be given to Governor Leini. Thank you so much for being a supporter of the channel, and to every single one of you who are tuning in every day as I continue on this incredible journey of becoming the next big YouTube sensation. Hashtag Ratius Rise. So, I don't know what the hell that all was. It was just very, very random. You should have seen all the hand gestures that I totally made. It was just a whole situation in and of itself, okay? So, yeah. That being said, I would like to try out a couple of new ideas with this island. And the primary goal for Raxiz is going to be ethanol production. Ethanol, and we do also have some pretty decent resources here to begin with. Like, there's plenty of oil fields. There's some gold, there's some minerals, a little bit of clay, so we have a little bit of everything, you know, to really juggle. Because of how expansive this particular island is, I'm honestly going to try to do a little bit of a different design with the city, okay? And this kind of revolves around actually using hacienda-type items to make a whole hacienda-type settlement. Now, as you know, I have done something similar to that before, like, for example, here on Tortuga, and even to a degree on La Isla, with a good majority of these being Oberra quarters, right? But for these ones, I primarily use, like for La Isla over here, I use actual paving. Now, my question here is, if I were to use hacienda paving and all that good stuff, would I be able to, one, make an island large enough, and probably what I was thinking is just making like a big U shape of like, oh yeah, I turned off the NPCs so everyone is happy. I'm happy, yeah. Kind of, sort of, but I'll get to that in a minute. To make it kind of like a U shape around here to the best of my ability, because you can't run train tracks through the hacienda paving. I think that kind of sucks. And I do want to try to get at least like one power station over here for these two mines. I think that'll kind of be pretty cool. There is one thing I do want to mention with regards to the game right now. This is a fresh reinstall, okay? I deleted all the files, reinstalled it because for some reason, as we progress, so too are the visual bugs coming from the NPCs. And this all started after the military attention mod was actually tried out on the series, which I do really like. However, the problem with it is I installed it back again, I reinstalled the military attention mod, uninstalled it, deactivated it, and it's still doing the exact same thing. Even with a fresh reinstall, deleting all the files, reinstalling all the files, verifying integrity of the game files, everything, it's still causing the game to destabilize. So what we're not going to do, is we are not going to click on anything Docklands related on any particular video with regards to this particular series, okay? Until it's over, I'm not going to mess with it too much. It's not doing that same problem with the other series, being the guide series, which you guys should check out if you're interested. I would very much appreciate it. But what it is doing is it causes visual bugs to the point that I actually have to close the game and then relaunch it. So I'm a little bit nervous. If you guys have a fix for this, please let me know what I should do. If you feel like it's something that you can help me out with, I will post it on the community page for YouTube, along with the Discord. If I have to go to Reddit, which may not be the best place for information, I'm not entirely certain, but if I have to post it there to get some additional help with this, please let me know. Yeah, so without further ado, we are dedicating this island to Governor Leini, as I mentioned. And there's some Imperium news I think that's really important to mention. I would like to bestow upon some of our loyal governors here in the New World new regal titles. As you know, we did that with Duke Patrick of Prosperity, and now I would like to go through the additional changes that have happened. Right, so for Eva, we have elevated her to the rank of Imperium Duchess. I think it's really a good idea to do so. She's been, if you guys are new here, she was actually the driving force, the main architect behind me even starting Anno 1800 on this channel. So, absolutely, she deserves a Duchess title. For Governor Torb, we have decided to elevate Governor Torb to the imperial rank of Duke as well. He is one of our first governors as well, along with Governor or Duke Patrick. And then we have back here, we have Ryu, of whom we're elevating to the imperial rank of Baron. So we have a couple of new lords. All of you will be obviously regarded by your titles here on, and I think that's really cool. I love bringing in those elements of RP to our story. It really helps get everybody up to speed on it. And as of course, and certainly by no means least, we have Governor Nick here, of whom is also going to be elevated to the rank of Imperial Baron. So we have these fantastic people of whom have been working hard, and Rosa Sanguina does need a little bit of a facelift. I'm going to be doing that between this episode and the next one, so you guys will see an entirely different Rosa Sanguina when we actually come back to reconvene as we look at Raxiz. And the last important news, and I think this is probably more important, just kidding, I love you all. I found our flagship, our main airship again. I had no idea where the Komnenos has been all this time. And you know what it was doing? It was taking bricks from Isengard to Rantium constantly. So, really happy we found this ship. I felt like kind of naked without it, you know what I mean? So, at least we have it now, and we have it here in Raxiz just in case we need to bring some additional goods. And without further ado, let's get on with the build. So, as you all know, with a Hacienda, oh, I bet she said how thrilling. Oh god, it's so great when they don't talk. What we're going to be doing is we need to build around the Hacienda itself, right? So I think this is actually going to be a relatively good spot to put the Hacienda itself. So we're going to put this down right over here. I think that's relatively even. I'm just going to go ahead and put some dirt roads to see. Yep, perfect. Okay, that's what I'd like to see. Yeah, it just, yeah, that's great. That's so great. And I'm going to go ahead and build this up just to start. Okay, so this is going to be Leini's personal residence here in Raxiz. And what we need to do is we need to connect the Hacienda with the port immediately. And as per usual, what we're going to be doing is a very, typical setup that I have for the, start of every Hacienda building of mine for some reason. I just like this pattern. It looks very nice. Maybe I should have done that with actual paving, though. Or the pathway. That's the one. I constantly mix up saying pathway and paving. I don't know. And then from the middle, we're going to take this all the way to the harbor area, and now we've instantly connected our settlement. And what we're going to start doing is, right before anything else, you're getting a lot of banners. Oh, I put one banner extra. Whoops, silly me. What we'll have here are going to be a combination of Obrera quarters and Jornalero quarters, because I really want to use those. And we will start off with the Obrera quarters. I'm not going to worry about artistas being here. The reason being is that artistas, if I'm going to be building them anywhere, they'll probably be on Terre d'Ange after this point, because the Terre d'Ange, and I'm considering also looking once more at Prosperity to see whether we can actually have more of a population there. But as it currently stands, like, we need to get some stuff over to Raxiz to help build it up. And I'm just simply just going to start out with a dietary education. It's good all around to get some stuff that we need over here. We'll also be utilizing the Hacienda storeroom, so that'll also be pretty good. And we need to start bringing in some stuff here. I'm not opposed to actually making a tole here as well. That should be pretty good. We'll need fried plantains, ponchos, tortillas, and hot sauce. So ponchos we can actually bring in from Traxios. I'm pretty sure Governor Shadow's totally willing to have that happen because he's overproducing it like no tomorrow. And I built a decent amount of ships. So the Hippopotamus 2, I think that's a great one. From Traxios, we're going to bring in some lovely ponchos, if I can find them. That's the real question. There it is. We're going to bring in some ponchos over here to Raxiz down here. We'll start that off and have that at new only. And sorry for the audio in the last episode. I don't know what was going on. Apparently, it was a little bit too loud at certain times when we were dealing with the what is it? The town carnival that we had over here in Traxios. So hopefully I fixed it, and we're gonna have a minimum stock of 10 over here, obviously. With regards to the foodstuffs, we're gonna be bringing those in from Hunt's Hell, as you all already know. So let's just go ahead and use the mackerel 2 from, this is Constantinople, I'm in the wrong region. We need to bring it from Hunt's Hell. So we have a bunch of tortillas, and we're definitely going to bring those over here to Raxiz to start. That's another one. Put that on new only. In the next series, I'm definitely going to make like my trade routes a lot more uniform, so I don't have to forget where the heck I put what. And then we also need fried plantains, so we're going to get those and bring them over to Raxiz too. And we're going to set that to new only. And I think Duke Patrick is making enough hot sauce to bring over here as well. Yeah, you definitely have enough hot sauce, man. You're like swimming in hot sauce at this point. And we will have the most important things started to bring over here to Raxiz to at least get the population going. Because while we can definitely produce these things on the island itself, I don't really care to do so. What I'm really wanting this island to be is more of an industrial type island to get what we need going. And what we'll do around the hacienda itself is we are going to put down some of this pathway. And I think I'm just going to start from here. Yeah. We're going to start from here. I'm going to bring this up over back here. So you know you have a break in between, right? And what we'll have to do is immediately do some beautification work, because you all know me. This is the true end game, okay? I don't even want to hear it. If you're not beautifying, then what's wrong with you? We're going to put 2 walls over here on these sides. We can't really get rid of the paving once we put it down. But what I really want to do behind Raxiz, his main hacienda, is make it very regal. Okay, so we have the Mizzoa Memorial right over here. And we are going to take this and we're going to loop it around like so. Okay, so we now have an entire quarter in here. And I'm going to go over here to the Seas of Change, because I, again, want to put down these hacienda pools, which I've never seen anybody swim in besides some swans, and that's totally fine with me. And along the edges over here, we're going to use a Fiesta Pack once more. And we're going to start off with some bright banners just right along the back end. And we have these, so I don't really want to do that. But what I can do is put 2 summer pavilions right over here. And we will finish it out with some terracotta. I will probably revisit this a little bit later, because it does look a little bit empty to me at the moment. Maybe it's because of the bright banners. I think that's the problem. I think it would be better if it has some like exotic flower beds. Yeah, that makes it look a little bit better. I'm trying to make it pop. That's the idea behind it. I'm trying to make it pop, and for him to have his own little residence right here. What is this? What's happening, Patrick? Why are people cutting their stay short in prosperity? Roma has become less attractive. Well, they probably were sacked again. Yeah, that's... probably shouldn't have said that. That's going to trigger out a lot of my Roman fans. But yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one. I'm going to put a couple more Abrar quarters along the edges right here. I think this is equal. Yep. And this is kind of cool. So, like, if you put it out here, the hacienda itself turns red. That's a nice little feature. I'm going to put a pathway around this side instead. I'm going to do the same over here. And I don't think these guys are going to need for electricity. Do they not? No, they're going to need sewing machines, coffee, and all that other good stuff. Okay. Well, that's different. That stuff's a lot different. How is the radius looking? So it hasn't grown by much, if at all. And I would like to try to put some homes back here. Let's see how I can do this. This should be still within the rings. So I'll put them... I'll put 2 over here and 2 over here, so I have a way to get through. Yeah, I think that's just perfect. So we're gonna extend the pathway going through, like so. And then we'll use the Hacienda paving probably to go through here. We have enough of both. So 850 is pretty substantial, but at the same time, we have to keep it for additional sections that we have to go. So, like, our radius expanded just a little bit, so I can put, like, 2 homes right over here. That's pretty good. What I might do in the middle here is instead of actually putting down the paving, which this is actually kind of a waste of paving, now that I think about it. I'm going to get rid of it. And instead, I'm going to put down the traditional terracotta. I'm going to do the same in the front. And it's looking a little bit barren again, so I might as well just, yeah. Why am I being so indecisive today? I don't appreciate my own self for doing that. Oh, I even got rid of the one in the middle. Oops. Okay, that looks better. That looks very nice. Alrighty. Ooh, interesting idea. Hold on. Let me cook. Me and my canals, man. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty cool. That looks like an oasis, man. That's really cool. I like that. That's very nice. Okay, so I think we got our nice little start of the hacienda right here in Raxiz. Wow. Why didn't I ever think to put that before? Now I'm kind of like wanting to kick myself because I didn't actually do it with any of the other islands. But you know what? We have to be unique on our islands. It doesn't matter. So until we get some more of our goods in here to build the population size, what I'm going to do is start working on our oil supply over here in Raxiz because we have quite a number of these. And we're going to obviously beautify them to the best of our ability. So I'm going to put 3 to this one, 2 to this one, and 3 to this one. There's also... Oh, come on. Really? Well, at least it didn't catch anything else on fire. That's really important. There were 2 out here and 3 over here, and I moved them over to this side, so it makes it a lot easier. There's also some back here. I'm not going to worry about those right now because they're the farthest away, and I just flat out did not want to move them. We're going to go ahead and build a small oil harbor to start, and it is very crucial that we put down the oil stores from now so I can see how many we're actually going to be able to have here. And knowing me, it all has to look even. And that looks pretty good over on this side. And I think this is also looking pretty good on this side. So now, if we were to go over here, I can put 1 over here, and it has to be even 1 over here, 1 here, and 1 here. It would actually look cool if I flip it around. So that's a decent harbor area. I think we'll actually get a decent amount of oil in there too. And let's go ahead and build these train tracks. So this whole quarter is going to be industrial ornaments, and we're essentially going to be making something very similar to the ones that we have here on Prosperity that have all the really cool industrial ornaments and whatnot to them. I really like that design. Truly, I do. So let's see how far this will go straight. Okay, that is fine. Right to that particular oil refinery, and then you will have to go over to here. You will have to go all the way over to here, and then you can connect back to the main track. So that's going to be their way of going about this, but you all know this ain't going to be that easy, okay? You know the game's going to yell at us. We have to do the parallel tracks, otherwise it's going to be like, oh, you're not doing your parallel track. Yeah, we have some slowdown, oh my god. I hate it. I hate it so much. So we have this. I'm going to connect them right here. So this is going to be one major network. And then we're going to have multiple different connections going through this area, I think. So we'll have this one go to here. And then we will also have a track going straight to here. And then this will also be connected. This will also be connected. So hopefully there shouldn't be any sort of pop-up I receive that we are not fulfilling a condition with regards to our trains. The only other thing I probably do is like maybe link that up as well. So now that we have these, we probably have enough workforce to get them all going, I think. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, we have enough. So we'll have these constantly work, and I want to go ahead and upgrade this to at least a medium oil harbor so we have ships going to and from. I've never actually checked whether these oil refineries have a particular specialist. Let me look, because if that's the case, it's item development, isn't it? Oh, what are you saying? Oh, sorry, man. I can't hear you. Yeah. Problems. Oil refinery. Okay. Well, I mean, if Ferris works, what does this one do? Oh, that is indeed an extractor, is it not? Okay. So that's honestly pretty good. It's considered a foundry? Really? I'm kind of... This one's iffy. I don't know about that one, Chief. But I will tell you, I am going to try to optimize these a little bit. If I have to change the locations for some of them, I will. The negative attractiveness for the biochemical converter. That should be fine, yeah. That should be okay. We also have the mechanical drill, but I'm thinking Ferris would actually be better here. You know what? I'm going to get this one, and then I'm also going to get Ferris, because I'm really keen on seeing what will really happen with all of these. So we're going to need a trade union, and luckily for us, it actually gets all three of them. And we're going to put that thing right in the middle. And eventually, we're going to have tracks going out to here, because this is where we're going to have a lot of our corn plantations and whatnot. So the fuel depots are probably going to be over here. With regards to this one, because of how far away it is, I might as well just go ahead and build it and get it out of the way, just so we can continue on with what we need to do. Having a double track going all the way to this is going to be kind of on the difficult track. No pun intended. But it is what it is. We're going to have to do it. So what I'll do is I'm going to extend... You know what? I'll do it one better. I'm going to use DirtPad to figure out where the heck I need to go. So this is one track way. If I make this go completely straight, where would it reach? Very close to my initial location. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good place for it to go. All right. Yeah, I know you don't have a trains because I didn't build a track to it. I know. I know, you don't have to keep complaining. All right, so we're going to get rid of this whole long way over to here. And we are going to bring this down one and then extend it as far as we can. But I'm going to do it in segments because if you're not paying attention, the track may sometimes go crooked. And I don't know about you guys, but it bothers me. So we don't really want that to happen, right? And we're going to immediately make a parallel track from right over here. Bring it down to like right here. And then extend it all the way into the main area. I'm not going to connect it right to there, but we don't have materials, so that's going to be for next. But at least we got all four of these guys set up. We need to probably use the Comnanos actually at this point. I didn't want to use it, but at the same time, I guess I'm going to have to. Because the Olympia 3 is doing a damn good job in bringing resources over. Okay. The problem is that because we're actually going to be actively building here, it's not going to be enough. So, which one is it? It's this one, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and put the Comnanos to help, because I am here, so might as well do it. And then how's our radius looking? Perfect, it's expanding. I love to see it. And we have plenty of additional space to work with. So these guys are going to want a boxing arena from the get-go, and I think it's a good idea to build one right now, so then we won't have to worry about it later. And I think a good spot to probably put this thing is going to be like right here. So we're going to build that once we actually have some more materials in here, and that's the Olympia 3 bringing it in. And it's a good idea to get some more quarters actually put in place so we know what our plans are. And we'll put 2 this way. So my plan is to try to come up with a somewhat densely populated island with various different styles of home construction. Kind of similar, because like I will say, Shadow really did inspire me to try out the multiple tiers of the city expanding. So what I'm thinking about is, like, in the front here, we're definitely going to have the Obrera quarters. And then as we continue on into, like, this direction and closer to the farm fields over here, then we will be having more of the Jornaleros, which that honestly makes sense, if you want my honest opinion. So we're gonna get some pave. You know what? We will, instead of having the pathway, we'll actually, I have to fix this now. Can we? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna actually use the hacienda paving, but let's just bring it to here. Yeah, we'll also extend this one here. So we're kind of just doing a mirror image on both sides. Very pretty. Go ahead and build this up right now. We have enough materials. We also have enough materials to get that second track going, because look at how long it is. That's going to take a long time to get over there. And yeah, parallel track issue. Love to see it. Ugh, I'm losing my mind. Let me get this going here, and then we're going to build it up all the way to here. There's your parallel track. Now leave me the hell alone. And it's actually working. What happened here? I swear there was like one little train just stuck. So now that we have this whole thing set up, right? The only thing that I didn't anticipate was the ornaments, right? Because of the ornaments, I'm going to have to actually change the parallel track here. I'm going to need to put it like a little bit farther apart. As much as it's nice, but I'll tell you, like, I can't go ahead over here and, for example, put down the brick wall gate because it won't fit. Unless this thing goes. No, that's only one. What does the train stuff offer? No, those are all single. Man, they know you have to have a parallel track, and they don't help you with the track. Let's do this. Let me just get rid of this from now. I know, it's a waste. We have that. We'll fix it. Once the next amount of stuff comes in, we'll definitely fix it. So right now, what we have to do is we just need to continue zoning. I think that's really the right call here. And we're not going to build it. We're just going to put them down. So we'll have some more Burr quarters right over here. We're going to be expanding to this direction. So let's get a couple more placed like so. All right. And then we'll have another quarter be right over here. What we can do is we can actually put some space in between it like that. Whether we want to replicate that on this side is probably up for debate. More than likely we will. Because that's how the radius is working for us right now. Oh, she said how thrilling! Y'all can fill in the blanks. We're not entertaining her in this particular episode. No thank you. Don't care about it. Don't want to care about it. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Let's go ahead and get some more hacienda paving over here. Oh, and an Arctic gas mine exploded. That's great. Where? Site 4 again. Yeah, there's a fire. Can I build this thing back up? Yeah, I have enough stuff. All right, great. Great. Fantastic. Love it when a plan comes together. Build a road. So the roads are going to be our highways, I guess, through Raxiz. Obviously, because it's a densely populated area. The reason why I'm not putting two of them next to each other is because that happens. And I just don't like that. I really don't like that design. Let's go ahead and build all of that. Okay, they got that situated. We're also going to bring that up to there. We're going to have to do the same over on this side. Oops. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I know, dude. Jesus. The freaking game is just... Ooh. There you go. Problem solved. You yell at me all the time. Goddamn. Get this over to here. And then we're also doing the same right over here. I kind of wish that they weren't... they didn't share the same value. But I think we should have enough to, like, fully get to every section on the island with it. If not, then I guess we're going to have to entertain having regular homes and whatnot. But for now, I mean, it's looking pretty good. And they are getting some decent resources in here already. Oh, they need a chapel. I totally forgot about the chapel. Well, we can have a chapel be right here. I think that'll be kind of cool. We'll have this cool little style to it. And you should be happy. Yeah, now you're happy. And then we can have another chapel be, like, right in the front here. Alrighty. Looking pretty good. I'm just mesmerized by the fact that that put these, the canals around this thing. It makes it pop. That's what I like. That's what I really like. Wow. Okay. Stop fawning over a body of water. Let me see what else we can do. We're gonna need fire services, that's for sure. We don't want to have any large fires. We're gonna put it right here next to the boxing arena. Damn, is that Nacho in there? Is he getting beaten up by Ramses? Ramses, how are you? The kids are orphans. They like you. You are the best. He grabs them and like suplexes them on the ground. Yeah, fun fact, if you want to go and watch Nacho Libre, it's free on YouTube with ads. And yes, I have watched Nacho Libre with ads on YouTube, yeah, recently. Hence why I'm constantly bringing up the references. So now we're going to also start with the Honolulu quarters, and they are the same size. See, I like their homes like this. It adds that really nice rigid feel to them. I don't know, like, I appreciate homes that look like this for some reason. So we're gonna have a couple be like over here, but we'll bend this one. And we'll also do the same, like, right over here, because now we're on the edge of our radius. That might be a little bit sus, I think, but we'll see. Let's get these over here. You are also connected, so I think you'll be fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually, like, build a frickin' paving first. That'd actually be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, see, they do look very nice. And then once you beautify around them, they look better. Because it's, I don't know, this is just a subjective approach, I guess, but it looks better than it's not what I wanted to build at all. It looks better than a shack. You know what I mean? Like, I really like the tile on the roofs. I like a little community feel in here. This is just, like, two shacks. I don't like it. I don't like it, because I don't like it, we're getting rid of it. Let's actually go over here. Not in blueprint, and bring that down. Okay, so I guess we can actually go ahead and build up the remaining Obera quarters, so we actually have a lot here. Get all of them built up. Get all these guys built up. Very pretty. Yeah, see how it makes sense? It gets more densely populated and whatnot as you get closer to the city center. Really, really an excellent idea. We're gonna need mail, so we're gonna need a postal service. I think this is actually a pretty decent spot for a post office, if I do say so myself. And we can also probably do the same on this side, but we'll probably put it like further down. We could potentially get rid of this home and put it here. That way the radius, or actually we can get rid of both of those homes and put it over here. And I think I will do just that. We will put it right here. Great. And I'm going to extend that one further forward. I do want to have a spot for, like, cultural related items, such as, like, a zoo, a museum, and all that stuff. And Leini, please comment and let me know if you would like that to happen, and what particular items you would like for each. Or if you'd like me to decide for you, please let me know. I can definitely do that as well. Because I like to go and research to figure out which ones actually be the best for a particular region. So, it might be something with seeing as how you're going to be doing a lot of farming and, what is it? Industrial related stuffs, that it might be a better idea to have something like that would help. Oh, what happened? Oh, we're a colony now. Oh, great. How many people are here? 647. Nice. Like that. We need a hospital, so a hospital probably right over in here will probably be a very good idea. And a police station, probably, yeah, but I don't foresee them being, like, a lot of rebellions over here, because, like, we have Island average of plus 20. Oh, before I forget, Shadow, your island is plus 27 on island attractiveness and average. So people are very happy here. I forgot to mention that to you in DM the other day. So we're going to go ahead over here and we're going to do the same. We're going to put some of these quarters down. Put 1, 2, 3. We can't put any more down here, but that's okay. I could put 2 in the front here, but I have an idea. I'm not going to really mess up with that too much. We have plenty of stuff here. So what else do these guys need? Oh, they would want schnapps? Like, actually want schnapps? No kidding. Well, the thing about it is, right, if the hacienda is large enough, which right now it is getting pretty large, we can consider putting some, like, hacienda-type farm fields in the back here, which we'll probably end up doing. I do want to build a beach right over here. I think that's going to be really cool, because every single one of them would appreciate the beach need, right? They want a beach. They also want the Samba school, which I definitely want to include here. Let's turn on the local mail for them. We'll do the same for these guys. We're also going to have to connect them to the Imperium by means of air travel. And I think a really good spot for the airport will be right here in the front. So let's go ahead and put that down as well. We definitely have enough for the airship platform. I like to just call it the airport just because. We'll go ahead and put this. What would be the most practical way of doing this? This would be facing towards the city. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and put this thing down. And we're going to have our 3 modules facing like so. Fantastic. And how that airship was stuck in that little building is beyond me. So, and because this is a airport, we're going to have to take the hacienda pathway. See how I said it correctly this time. This thing is not even, which sucks, but I will extend it all the way to here. And now we are connected to the greater Imperium. I could have alternatively gone ahead and just put regular pathway down, but whatever, it is what it is. This is now connected and that's totally fine. Right, so a couple more of these quarters would do very well. We should probably build back here instead, because having that newspaper be right over here, not the newspaper, the mail system, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was attempting to say, and the brain just did not want to function. That's actually really nice. Yes. I would actually prefer having pathway here. And then in the middle here, we'll have the paving. And we'll loop this around. Be right over to here. And then we will have the paving right through the middle. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we have the main roads that people are going to take, and then we're going to have the pathways that people will just walk on and get to where they need to go. And these guys are producing mail at a relatively decent rate. Not too fast, but it is what it is. That looks very pretty. We have to work on this side because there's definitely not enough people over here. But like a minute for mail with it like only encompassing half of the radius is not bad either. So the next thing that they're going to want is atole. They're going to also want some coffee and bombins. I never mass produced this. And the thing about this is, right, that irks me is that the only way to get that particular item is through hacienda, which sucks. They didn't like separate it into its own separate little, you know, tier of construction stuffs and whatnot, and actually like made it a little bit more accessible. It only has to be through the hacienda itself. Okay, I'm not gonna put paving around this. I'm gonna beautify it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna definitely do. I'm gonna have a couple more of the quarters in here. Let's see if I can actually fit enough. I can't. Well, what I can do is something like this. And then close it up like there. Yeah, that looks really cool. Actually, that's a waste. Why? Because I can just go in the back here for a lot less, connect the ones in the back, like this. And then in the middle, I can do some beautification work. That changes the game quite a bit. Whoa, look at our radius. That is massive. Okay, I need to get this parallel track. Oh my god, they're following each other. I mean, it does look cool. Don't get me wrong. That looks actually really cool to watch, but it's definitely not the right call. What we have to do is we're going to take another bit right over here, and we'll start it from... Oh boy. Let's actually put the stuff down that we need first. I have a feeling like we can bring it up to about, say, here-ish. Yeah. That's a good space, I think. We can actually... You know what? The island is so large, we can definitely do more. Let's bring it up to, like, here. And then we're going to have to put the other one over on this side. Okay. So now I know how far the second track has to be. Yep, there we go. And then we're going to take this all the way here. Straight, all the way to this. Boom. Beautiful. And then I'll go ahead and mark the territory for the massive industrial quarter that we were going to have here. Right now. And then obviously we're going to have sections like this to make it look absolutely immersive. So there we go. That is a very large oil complex. Oh, I can't wait to get beautifying this. This is going to be really cool. So to actually get all the stuff that I needed, we're working on it. So I guess I can go ahead and build the trade union from now. How much oil do we have? We're maxed out in here. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these things built. I guess we can do a couple more. Okay, that sounded cool. That sounded cool. Didn't want to kill my ear holes, but it sounded cool. We are currently sitting at 2750. That's actually very nice as well. Obviously, we're going to have to get, like, a way to get in here with the road at some point. I think the best way of getting in here would probably be from, like, this side or potentially right here in the front. Really depends on when we get to this section with the build. But so far, so good. Hacienda storehomes are going to be very important, and I think they should be back here. From this point onward, I can't build any more of the Hacienda paving or pathway because I need to get stuff over to this side. So we'll just continue building this direction. How would it look here if I do something like this? Not bad. I can dig it. Let's do that as well. I won't put something like right there, but what I will do is I'll get back to the main road and we'll do a double section right over here. And we'll put one home. We'll put one home. So like it's curving down. Yeah, okay. That works. That works. Go ahead and get the pathway. And we're just gonna hug the outskirts over to like here and connect it right here. Fill the middle. So now every single one of them are connected. That should be how it works, right? I don't have enough timber because these guys are waiting to deliver more timber. Oh, fantastic. You delivered more timber. Love to see it. Boom. Easy. I think a better way of describing what I'm trying to do is, like, I'm trying to make a bow shape. A bow shape would probably make the most sense here. So then we can have a densely populated section here, and then we'll have these guys down here. I totally forgot these guys required schnapps. Like, schnapps is that one good that I tend to just completely disregard later on. Looking good. Link that up. We'll also bring that to here because we're gonna have the road come down at some point. We might actually here. Let's do this because of where we're heading towards. We need to actually have this road come down because now this is the main section we're going down. And then we'll have some homes start from like right here. Have a little section go down. Yep, there we go. I think this will work. If not, then I can just put the 1 instead. Yeah, it's actually going to be a little... Oh. And we'll have some of these guys' quarters also do the same. Well, I mean, they can still kind of stay the way that they are. But what I'll do is I'll instead build another row. And have them kind of like hug the seaward wall right over here. Not really a wall per se, but you know what I mean. And then have 2 quarters be like right here. So this is where we're getting very out of the denseness. We're actually becoming like individual pockets of homes, which is really cool in my opinion. I always like making settlements look like this for some reason. It adds more realism in my opinion. And we can bring this down probably to like right here. And we could probably put like 1 more of these guys down right over here. Okay, now getting paving in every single one of these guys is going to be a little tricky. So that's going to be 1. Have this connect to that one. You connect to that one. You're good. These ones should definitely have the road. Yeah, that looks good. These guys should also have the road. I've been on blueprint this whole time. Outstanding. Oh, it built that one too. Okay, great. I didn't know it would do that. Get the road going down to here. And then this is... I could hug it on the outskirts. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So I'll have a road going here, down to here, and straight down to like right here. Into that. And that's where we'll stop with that. We're gonna to have the paving come through. So like right here, down to you, around. Yeah, I guess it has to go around. And I think we have all of them connected, so the only way to really test it... Oh, hell. Hey, he's actually good today. Okay, so maybe the fix that I did do is working? Question mark? I don't know. I just have to play it by ear. But whatever. You never know. I mean, at random, the game just decides it wants to mess with me. We should have a boxing arena back here. So today is going to be all about settlement construction and building as many as we can in order to facilitate the population for the fields that are going to be over in this direction. Oh, this is also a harbor area? That'll actually be pretty nice for another beach. Okay. Oh, we have one back. Dude, you have such a massive island over here. That's insane. That's actually insane. Dude, I might actually make the front end here a beach right now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Because the beach is going to make them all happy. And we'll have these guys built up as well. Nice. Very cool. Okay, let's get that beach going. Beach is in here, is it not? Oh, there it is. So we'll have the beach as the service. And look at that. We actually have an open spot in between those quarters. And we're going to plop this thing right down there. Go ahead and put that to it. So now it's connected, right? It's already connected to like a majority of Raxiz as is. So the more ornaments we put, the better. That's just how it is. Let's just go ahead and put some of these sun loungers to start. Okay, I think that's a good amount. We'll have a boathouse. I kind of like to put these closer to the water because I'm like, if you rent out a little boat, you don't want to be like hoofing this thing all the way to the water. Like if you put it all the way back there, oh no, Isabel's gonna tell me a horrible quest, isn't she? I don't want builder's tools. I have enough. Thank you, but no thank you. Yeah, any way the wind blows. Yeah, I can't hear you, sorry. And you know what's important here? What's really important? Banners. We're gonna need some changing stalls, so we can put these ones like further in the back here. So we can have a changing stall right over there, right over here. We're gonna need one over in this corner. Probably one over on this corner as well. Ice cream parlor, that's a definite. We're gonna have this one over here. You can just go get some ice cream, put it like right over here. And we can have the next one be over in like this corner. And then the private parasols, these ones tend to be like really, really nice. If you put them down in a really nice place, it really makes it pop. Like that's a good spot for it. That would not be private, but it's not going to really work well over here. You also have some picnic ones, so you can have one over here and like maybe over here. I don't want to get too close to the main road over here, so this is going to be the cutoff. Get a picnic one back here, and we'll put like 2 next to each other. All right, great. We got another item. Am I missing anything? Oh yeah, a lifeguard. Yeah, that's kind of important. I think that's kind of important. So we'll have one over there, and then we'll have one be right over here. Looking good for a very nice beachfront over here. And now we have to get some sand. I don't like sand. Coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. If you laughed, you're the real deal. Okay, I don't know why it won't let me put stuff over there, but that's actually not a bad place to have the cutoff. All right, so what's your radius looking at right now? Plus 572% beach range. Pretty good. So Raxiz already has a very, very beautiful beachfront, and it won't let me put any more down here, which sucks. So you will see a little bit of the greenery around here. I don't know what's happening here, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. This quarter, on the other hand, we're making a full block, and we're gonna do the same over here. Like they've been built on the beach, pretty much. And yeah, this side we can probably consider something like this. That would work. Like make it smoothed out over in this side. Okay, pretty great. So we have the beach need, and now these guys are going to be pretty happy with regards to their lifestyle needs. So that's 2 additional Onaleros there. We definitely are not having enough mail for this region quite yet, but that's also because our population limit hasn't gone up quite yet. We need to build some more, obviously. So these guys need to be built up next. And then how are we looking with the actual radius to the hacienda? That's my main question. So this is still not as far as like on La Isla or whatever. This one is kind of pushing it. Okay. So that answers my question and probably everyone else's question. Just because you have hacienda paving or pathway, it does not mean that these guys will be particularly happy if you put them that far away from the hacienda building itself. Okay. That sucks. I'm gonna be very honest with you. That, in fact, really sucks. Because what in the hell is the additional point of having a radius this large if you can't put a home in it and if it's not going to count? Fully count. It is counting, don't get me wrong. It's at 82%, so it's good, right? But if you were to put one of these out here, it's definitely red. So that means they should be, like, at near perfect in here because you're still within radius of the damn thing. I don't understand what the decision behind that is. I'm confusion. So, with regards to the storehouses, we're going to put them back here. And from this point on, I don't really mind using like the paved streets because I'm going to need to get to this part at some point anyway. Interesting idea just popped up into the old noggin. What if I were to put canals around Raxiz, similar to this? I'm going to try that out. But what I need to do is I need to actually have this put in place first. See, like, look how they... I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to start off and see how this would look. Right along the edge. Just because it's a farming and industrial city, or colony in this situation, doesn't mean that we can't make it look nice, right? Right. So we're gonna bring this down over to here. I'm leaving one tile because I am gonna consider a boardwalk be made here. Yeah, over to here, and then right down to like maybe here, over in here. And then probably like finish it off right here. So do we want it 2 deep or 3 deep? I'm just trying to see if this will look nice. I have a feeling it would, but more than likely it'll have to be 3. Hell, you can even go even 4. What happened? Okay. It looks like it's a castle with a moat, pretty much. That's what the idea is. So that would essentially be Raxiz proper. And then I'm not opposed to having like little townships on the edge from time to time. I think what we'll have to do is also do the same over on this side and see what would happen. That's the only way to really determine whether this idea of ours is actually going to work. So I think what I'll do is we're going to go ahead and put some more of these homes down. I'll put them like so. And then we'll have a row like this and a row like this. So we're bending it right now. Bending it like Beckham. If you've watched that movie, oh, you're an OG. Get them around to here and downs. Because now I don't have to really worry about the paving much anymore. Because now I know that that idea definitely does not work, per se. But what I will do is, like, these guys having some quarters down here will honestly be very, very cool. Oh, I don't think I... Yeah, I know action request. Actually, that's going to look nice, because then we can put some ornaments in between. So I'm just going to go ahead on this side, do something very similar. Have a little three block right over there. Going to look cool. Kind of getting low on the amount of paving we have, so let's just be a little bit careful. Rid of this one. I should probably be in blueprint for this, but whatever. At this point, I'm just kind of like free building. There we go. And then loop that around. How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived. See, I can do the same, but they're not paying me to say it. Not yet, anyway. You want to know how many times I like bob my head like a bobblehead over here? A lot. Saying that one thing. Let's do the same over on this side, and I'm going to loop this around. I'll actually connect them here. And as always, because this is very important. Very important indeed. Imperium banners right here. And then 2 more right here. And then what I was thinking is we go over to, not High Life, we go over here. Put down some of the flower beds. Yeah, see, that makes it pop. That's really good. I like that idea. And now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and continue with this idea. This one needs to go to here. To actually start with this one. Makes it a little bit easier. Set the outline, you know? I don't know why I did that. So I could probably get rid of this paving back here to stick to the whole, like, there's a section in between that's, you know, we're going to be having for a very long boardwalk of sorts. Okay, bring that to here, bring that down, right to here, right to here. More than likely, this will change as well, considering if Leini would definitely like to have some museums and stuff like that. And I'll bring this, like, right up to the the airport. So it does not want to work. Why aren't you working with me? Cooperate. Thank you. Just my mouse being like absolutely awful today. It normally is, and I say I always need to get a new one, but I just keep forgetting to do so. Yeah, so I think it adds some depth to the island itself. I think once we get around to beautifying the edges, then it will definitely have more of a pop effect. But let me know what you all think as usual. And ultimately, like, the farther you go from this, so it doesn't really matter whether you're using the paving or not, you are going to not have a perfect amount of hacienda need. I would say, like, if you were using the paving that comes from this thing, then yes, you should not have to deal with something like that. If you're using regular, like, cobbled path, on the other hand, yeah, that would definitely make sense. I would follow that. But this, on the other hand, it doesn't seem to, like, make any sense to me. So, that's it for this episode. We got a lot done here on Raxiz. Obviously, in the next episode, we're going to be continuing on here. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work in between now and then. Probably getting a little bit more of the farm fields kind of mapped out, where we want the industrial corridor to be, because that's also very important, and where we want an additional township to be, because this is Raxiz proper, and like maybe we'll have, I don't know, Fort Raxiz over there in the top right-hand corner, because it's a little bit elevated. I don't want to put it on the other side because of where the oil refinery is. I just don't think the two mix very well. So, thank you all so very much for joining me on this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you liked it. And it's really important that you guys do. And let me know that I'm doing a good job and you guys are entertained. Because that's really important for me to know on how to get better. Because I definitely would want to grow this channel to as high as it can possibly go. And you guys help me out every single day and bolstering my morale, encouraging me to keep going. And I tell you what, I will continue going. I will continue doing that. That is a hard promise. So, until next time, my friends, thank you so much. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, share it with your friends. And I will catch you on the next episode, my Rantins.